Hello, this is Erin with the Joy in Pens and Paper, and it is time for a 3 Inks Thursday. In this video, we will explore 3 different inks on 3 different papers, and I'm going to bring back the use of 3 different pens. That will mean that there will be some rinsing breaks. So I have a mason jar with some water and a white t-shirt to dry things off. So I will be doing an ink swatch with a Kakimori brass nib pen. And then I have 3 TWSBI Go's in I think this is an extra fine. This is either a fine or a medium, and then it's a 1.1 stub. All right, so without further ado, the inks we're going to explore today are all green inks. So I have Yoseka Ceramics Tang Mise Blue. I have Wearingeul Mad Hatter, and I have Van Diemen's Honey Bee Eater Wing. The 3 papers that are being swatched on are Bank Paper by Life, Rhodia, and Tomoe River. And I am looking into getting some new papers. I have one more that I need to do a kind of unboxing or introduction to. That I will film in the near future. And then I have some others that have been recommended that I'm happy to try out. So the first one is Yoseka Ceramics. Tang Mise Blue. And obviously this is not a blue, but Yoseka created this line of inks to match the original colors used in ceramics. And this was the name of that color. I always feel like I don't dip the stub nib enough. Next one, I'm going to hold it in there for a second. All right, so next up we will do Mad Hatter. And starting with the extra fine. This is an ink by Wearingeul. And it's part of the Alice in Wonderland collection. So this is the Mad Hatter. I'm seeing some pink coming through on this, which is very fascinating. All right, I am pleased with kind of the flow of this, but I would love your feedback. Please let me know your thoughts. All right, and the third one is Van Diemen's Honey Bee Eater Wing. So this is an ink sample sent to me by a viewer. I had inked this up originally in my Laban Rosa when I first got it, and I had some ink flow issues with that pen initially, and it did a lot of kind of burping, and I ended up sending it back to, I think it was Goldspot, and they determined that it was the converter that needed to be replaced. And because of the issues I had a sample from the Ink Journal Ink Flight, which they give just a really tiny sample. So I basically had used up that ink, and I really loved the color and wanted to give it another try. So I had a viewer that sent it to me. All right, so this is Van Diemen's. This is from their bird series where they had a couple of inks for each bird that captured the color of different parts of that bird's body. So this is the Honey Bee Eater Wing. Whoops, bee. I was in my mind getting ahead to the word eater. And I kind of want to look this bird up. So we, our family, we are beekeepers. So we have some hives. If this is a bird that eats honeybees, it's not a bird that I want in my yard. And I'm just thinking this series will probably give me a reason to buy some more pens so that I can have other pen brands with 3 different nib sizes to try out. But here are our pens. Oh, I have a truck delivering something right now. So let's get a closer look at these inks. So we have the Yoseka Stationery, and all 3 of these greens do look very similar, which is why I chose them. So the Yoseka Ceramics, on the bank paper, you see this really lovely pooling and shading right here, which is really, I'm really enjoying that. It also looks beautiful on the Rhodia. And then the Tomoe River, surprisingly, it's very muted. There's a little bit of kind of pooling and fun coloring right here, which is where I had picked up the Kakimori Brass Nib. Looking at Wearingeul Mad Hatter, again, it has some pink coming through a little bit on all 3 papers. And I, again, love it on all 3 papers. Wow. This might be my favorite 3 inks yet. But you can see a little bit of the strokes of the nib on the bank paper. You can definitely see that on the Rhodia. And both of these have some areas that are quite light. And then the base color here looks much darker on the Rhodia than it does on the bank paper and on the Tomoe River. The Tomoe River has the pink coming through kind of in this curved shape here and then in this area right here. I just love that. And then the Van Diemen's Honeybee Eater looks, I mean, the color looks similar on all three. You've got the little bit of pooling here and a little bit of pooling there. You have the dark tipping around the edges right up here. It's a fairly consistent color on the bank paper, but on the Tomoe River, it has a little bit more shading coming through. So this was a fascinating look at these three colors. All right. Well, thank you for watching and joining me. If you ever have any inks that you would like for me to review with these three papers, let me know. I may not have them in my collection. If you're willing to do an ink swap where I'll send you some inks for you to send me some inks to use, I'm always up for that. Just let me know. And otherwise, I will see you in my next one. Bye.